Okay. Thank you for joining me here. Let's
look at that. Pour high and pour low.
go over the actual market. Morning.
It's getting ugly.
I want to pull up the actual market and see what we have taking place. I'm in my backyard. Excuse me. I'm just actually enjoying the day for right now, and of course we're all up under quarantine, and so we're here speaking about the SP.
I guess they'll fill the pour low first.
This is my actual news or heads up notifications. I like to stream others and see what they have in store, but we want to talk about what the actual market is expecting in my perspective. And so here we are a actual studying student,
break this pour low,
and
see where
we definitely do not practice. You have to get your own legal advice in the matters of your investments. We don't do investments. We are a student of trading, and I am the analyst. And so with that being said, this is for my practice purposes only. And again, you will need to seek out for legal advice, because a lot of things, it adds up when, as you can see on my videos, we come in and out, and I don't hold the responsibility of having an ordinance on this channel, and so we don't want to get caught into what the market and things that may be going on and reporting. So let's see here.
See if it hits that.
This is going to be analyzing live to what on the April the 17th, 2020, what we're looking for here in the SP500.
Breath is easing off a bit. It was at like 10 before, now 8.5.
This is the daily chart, and what I'm seeing taking place is really interesting, to least to say. We had, but at the same token, if we do not cross over 2863, which seems to not be taking place, that wouldn't be so much of a good thing. But regardless, I need to say, but I do see a pullback, a support area. Let's go into the chart. Let's get into it. We're going to go to the 15-minute. And see what we have. It's been to the downside, obviously. And we had support here at the 2830. And it does seem to be slowing down.
At 27.97.
27.97. Are we going to make it through that and actually use our support? So he's saying 27.97, which is right here on my red line, which should be green at this point. So obviously this video is a practice video, just to see what I do on a basis. I just turned the video cam on. Didn't really have anything particular to talk about other than trading and making money today. So once we get a hold on what is going on, and you take your trades, your orders, you want to prep a little bit, but a lot of it has already been to the down. The money has been made in that regard. So what we want to see, are we going to get through this support and continue here in this gap fill area to the actual downside? So we obviously knew overnight, after closing, we popped to the upside, and so of course we want to go ahead and fill that in. And how do we approach filling this in is very important to the bulls.
If they fill that gap, that would be criminal activity. 27.97.
All in 24 hours, really.
That is the market profile gap. 27.97.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. 27.97. And see, these are actually
selling this week. It was just bogus. So we'll see.
So let's go into what the actual gauging perspective would be, what the actual gauging of this momentum. Is it slowing down? Is it picking up as it gets closer to target price? So we have, this is red or green now. This is green, so I gotta take that out. So this video is a learning video again. This is a more of a practice video for myself as well. I'm actually, don't want to get too much in detail just yet, technically, unless it's needed.
Inside of value now. Inside of value from Tuesday. So we should get to 28.14, but they're buying it up here. So I don't really want to short it.
No, but well, what I would say, we had power coming here, volume wise. It did expand here. Then we saw a test come back up to that expansion. Then we saw 100% return come down too, but we had one little small wick piece. The push on volume was to the 100%. The volume currently is pushing the price, but the volume as being, we have 7 more minutes into the actual candle here of the 15 minutes, and what I will definitely, obviously we hold through the completion of the candle. So what we're reading is this last candle and everything here and beyond. We're not looking into the price action live. We're looking at this portion here and giving an analysis of what has taken place. Okay, so with that being said, this was obviously a gap area and a brown line. Excuse me, let me get my charger coming in soon, huh? Alright, got to save the bell with that. And so that took place. Now, is that more of a slowing down at the, keep the eye watch on the volume and seeing how much of a and rises over the top of this or gets closer to the, and how price reaction, if we leave any wicks showing any pressure, which we obviously should, this should be more so of a buy, at least most likely possibly within this consolidating area before we see up to the upside, if that's the take. This is the last break here. On the top of that, we're going to go ahead and draw a actual corner there showing that break area. Of course, the line could be pushed down now. Okay, these lines were old school, I guess. All right, cool. Take them out. Blah, 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 blah. Right on top of that, that is the last support area that has been broken at the same token. How far and strong will this go? From these top areas, we've had a push down from this break, which was not even real good support. So this was already taking place. This is a real support area. Okay, so
now they fill that gap to
our resistance.
Globex gap.
So now we're here. This is how I should be looking in a more of a pressure wise. So we're here where the real pressure comes in at and has broken the first support area. Then this is the second support area that's obviously broken as well. So we're here and we should be trying to get ourselves back to the downside. But it may show this support for a period of time and then get ready to make itself. And again, I don't see it really. It was shaky. It finally got breaky. Alright, then it brought itself down slow like a now. Alright, so then ooh, dicey. Alright, getting down. Alright, getting down. Trying to get down, huh? Just when. When is the time and what's the rhythm? What's going on with the market? What you guys doing? You got your volume coming in, breaking everything. Then you push the strong volume to say we're really trying to get on down to the 27.97 ideal resistance. I'm sorry, support area. And hopefully, if you don't break through that, coming with force to get us back to the 27.54.
All the way over here. Not too much at the lows, but in this 34 to like 32, we got a lot of volume. And we fill that Globex gap to the tick. Some good excess at the lows now.
Volume is slowing down. The pressure is in that regard when it comes to, you got 2.5 minutes here left in the 15. The price is showing pressure from the support area of this 28.30. If we close up top, then we're showing significant pressure from the bottom. Weakness in the sellers scared of this price area. If that continues, I would say whatever once it completes and volume is picking up, but no real participation when it comes to the big boys. Retailers are getting involved, but the big boys aren't. Translation. When we can get into that 1.5 so minutes, I don't know if I should have just been live streaming. I might end up live streaming here. This is a podcast video. Just kind of give a analysis of what's going on with the market. I'm sure I should have been live streaming this one here. Just kind of getting back on the edge of things. Let's see if I can do that. So we got 40 seconds to go in this ideal. Still being held to the upside on this particular candle, this particular,
see all this volume
coming from the
on
support.
The bid.
Yeah, I'm not even
900, 800, 500.
I'm sure it is, big dog. I'm looking at the volume bar in my translation.
34s.
Volume is there, but the price isn't so far. So we are now 1 second, and we're out of that one. I mean,
so we didn't get
take
any
a snapshot photo.
Again.
No, we did not get any follow through selling. Again, these are things I actually, obviously, as you can tell, we trade, but I can still follow others and get their reactions. But in my translation, I'm looking at the price. I already have support here. I already have a respectable line.
37 or
and so
37.
Now we're looking at this candle here,
up to 43,
and not the current price candle.
And once we're back above 46, take a long up to 53. That poor high. We shall see.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we're going to test that 53 exactly. Of course, I already had my resistance line here for that test. He's just communicating that with his chat. Let's see here. I say there's still a thinking for me, understanding exactly what's going on prior to getting into a trade. So, with that being said, you're still reading the market, you're analyzing perspectives, and then you listening to others sometimes give you better insight on what you should be already ahead of if you're an analyst. Anyhow, so it's been a minute for me on these videos. I don't really get into making the videos as an importance
37
to my practices, because it takes away from my studies. Real studies come from just deep thinking and constantly going over repetitious.
C period, then we should be able to bounce up above 37.
Above 37, which I'm sure that's where my support line is at. Yep, 38, 37, 38, 37. So he's thinking, I'm thinking, like I say, we possibly in a consolidating area, but once we start to peak and show heads between these lines here, we have a better feel of things here. So right now, again, this candle that's current present has made it has left a wick at a 100% area, at least in this point. So it left a wick at a 100% area, which is truly not a 100% area. So this one ideally would maybe filling the 100% area, and if it keeps with we never know within these 11 minutes, but it's already completed that 100% as well. And so
poor low should continue lower.
Yeah, time to get in. Now we kind of zoom in a little bit more and see what the 3-minute chart is doing.
See if they get down to 23 here.
23. It's a break spike. So this would be a spike break, and okay.
Some more excess at the low.
Nah, buyers still hanging around. That was a weak. I mean, it's there for the future downhaul. but we might get a spike up, and we might get a move back up into this particular price action here for a test before we actually see the downside.
See if they bid it back up. So yeah, this market's just going real hard to trade right now. I'm not getting the best read, but we shall wait. We got a poor high on the day, 53. And then we got this point of control here at 23. These single prints at 37, which means if these single prints hold C period, that means these sellers are actually starting to come in here.
So we had a week on the 3 minute. I did have a week to the downside, and a climax candle that showed me something, but then showed me weakness, and then I held back. So this one here ended up being a weak one as well, and so this one, the one that's live, it's not showing me anything that's strengthening to the downside. So I need to. Of course it can be, and you can just play it. So it might be one of those deals too. I guess it is really a go. We have week. Oh boy, 3 minutes. I don't like dealing with you.
Hello, can you?
Alright, playing games. This is a very decisive trading. You can just put your mark in, get in, and then actually put your price up here and then play the odds, obviously. So, you can do that too as well. And so days I have that kind of swing, days I can that mood. Just go ahead and say, all right, let's get in this way. Depends on how you're moving that day. Depends on what you're trying to do.
Netflix. Roku.
Need to be more tentative. At the same time, we still have buyers coming on in, showing their faces and testing that upside. This will be interesting. Well, that volume completed, and it is approaching its upside. At the same time, it did not get over the other down sellers prior, so it was a completion of an up move.
Now we got some excess,
but
C period.
Overall, it's not over those other red candles here. These two here prior. So that's on the 3 minute. And this approach to the actual is not.
So we should.
Yeah, it's still in value.
Trade like it should.
But
This market doesn't really do anything.
More so sideways. And again, that's a sideways.
So value should come down to 28.14, or at least this 28.23 to retest that point of control. But this market does what it wants. So
he's saying 28.23.
Stops at 37. And yeah, it wouldn't be long right just yet.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be long.
Just yet.
It's not showing the long getting over that. The last green candle only broke even to that one, but it did not do anything in price. It reached this particular height, which is not good. So this is more to the downside. This is a sell. You can get in now. You can wait one more time for the upside and get on in. It's going to stretch on out and stretch onto the downside right on this particular candle. I would expect the current one we're on a 3 minute chart. I expect it to stretch on out and continue to stretch down to the downside, to the downside, to the downside. Are we going to seek to the downside? To the downside. Going to price of what? 2809. What we marking at 2797 is where you gave me at. Oh man, still hanging around, huh, buyers? Do not show me any green life candles that is doing anything, or I'm gonna have to consider you guys still in value, is what you call it over there, my man Jay. Yeah, they're still trying to push up. If they, obviously, we don't want to see them get above. I mean, not even above, but attempting this 28 top of this here. So now that we're seeing this attempt to this here, not to say they get over it, but the reasons for even getting that high is a concern. You see what I'm saying? So that is a concern to say, okay, you've gotten over one hill, or at least even gotten close to it. You hadn't gotten over this true hill yet, which was the prior one, which was at 2832. So how this close approaching this 2832 is very important, and staying. I'm sure, obviously, if it's showing signs, is that the 1 minute? I'm on a 1 minute. God, dog, I'm on a 1 minute. Oh my goodness. Is that the 1 minute? God, dog, I ain't even on a 3 minute. Most people on a 5 minute. I get on a 3 minute, and sometimes I can zoom into the 1 minutes and see what's taking place when I'm on it. I'm on it. So on the 3 minute, now, yeah, we're moving to the upside. That's a pattern recognition there. This here, weak price pressure came up on that prior candle, the one that's not the live candle. We have already attempting the last down move, so we have buyers coming back in. Projection possibly at this 2842.78. How it approaches here is or not. So truly, it's not going on sideways. It's not really, oh, the market doesn't know what it's doing. It's not more so, oh, the market can do whatever it wants to do. It's continuing to understand what the freak the market was already planning to do prior to. And if you listen to me closely earlier, I was speaking about how this is still, obviously, if you bring this on over and make this orange, then it's respecting this area. And so, if not green, and so, or whatever darker color to the color of go by. And so what we have is, I'm sorry, that's probably so bright, it's hard to see. Let's make it brown like I used to do. And what we have is the expectation of a consolidation, a sideways. We still have these things that has going to get tested both ways before it starts to show its face on which side it wants to go to, and reveal to me more of where we at, which I should already know. But what we do have again is the strength of getting to this 100% completion in this range area, and we possibly may see a test and see how it approaches this top of this range, of that true range, is what tells me more so to the downside or continuation. And was that really respected when it came to the volume? That's probably very close to a lot of others here on the prior days. So you got your prior days that you had. This is your volume right here. Wow. So you had a drop off, and ever since then you just had a push up, pop up. But then you get over here and you got strong volume. Well, no, it's pretty much the same. I don't know where we got to put right here to here. So we got a little bit more strength volume, but it didn't come into the actual prices that was supposedly a fake up. So that's a good sign overall, to a possible continuation that these prices are more stronger because these higher volume sales are not affecting the prices that actually was, let's say, inflated or accentuated to get over this, to create this gap from the first place. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna record this one and just upload it. It's just what it is.
What's the next trade gonna be?
Stretch it out. And go live another time for anybody that's still in this one and interested in how trades and thoughts are created. It could be a lot of zoom of actual trades, up down trades. We don't need to be showing all them skills. We don't need to be multitasking those kind of levels. We're on 15 minutes. What we got going on here? 15-minute looking scarcity, but that is expected for it to look like.
Still got that poor high.
We have low volume coming in, but it's still pressure coming down. I don't see it long either, but it's still around. Because this one here is weaker when it comes to the volume. It is all the way down to 100%. Overall, let's see here, volume decreasing. See, when I was on the daily chart, that thing, that's not good. You know, I'm gonna close down. So hopefully we turn that around. Hopefully we turn that around. This is hopefully turn that around. Weaken volume participation on these sales. A little nervous about what was taking place, so people, scaled out around these times. Where are the big boys at? 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 Guys over here. But you didn't take off until. Alright, so. Yeah, so even just getting down to that 27.97.
28.23. 28.23, then 28.14, and then down to 27.97 to fill that gap. Yesterday's high.
So yeah, you got this 28.08, 28.07. Let's see here. But you ain't got too many going. You're going straight down to fill that gap. Whatever happens after this break, it's pretty much just sit there and let it hold. If it breaks and hold, then let it test or whatever, but it should be on the downside. That's a 100% on the 3-minute. We should see a little bit to the upside, possibly, and I would say at that 28.30 mark should be, again, even on 28.30, so it should come back and retest the 28.30 here on my 15 minutes. So at this point, we can look for a test back to the 28.30 for its last hope and try effort. It's like giving that last hope and try push. Oh no, we got some believers still around.
There's that point of control.
Got some believers still around. Yeah, they got one last hope. They think they're gonna buy. They're gonna buy.
27.97.
Yeah, we're going down, buddy.
That would be fun.
I should have been in trading and just scalping, if nothing else. Let me turn this video off and so I can focus. We might not be making videos though. We trade. If I ain't making no money, hold on. We're gonna think that over. This is practice, yo. It's always levels. Alright, y'all going with it, huh? You said, Phil, we ain't testing that no time soon. We're just gonna go with it. Alright, so what we have going on? See, I got the new lows coming in, huh? Who broke what? I ain't break nothing. You ain't break nothing either. But it's cool. It could have still been selling and whatever. Like I say, and scalping and picking up money. Give me that point. Give me that point. All right, down there. Okay, wait. Just keep on moving your stop down. Hit that enter. Get the enter in. Wait for it to just patience. Wait for it to get down to your target points. Get out. Get back in. Wait down to get to your target points. Get out. Get back in on the sales side. Wait down to get to your target points. You gotta wait. But if you start to see it climb like it's doing now, you gotta get on out. It's climbing back up like that. It's playing around like that. Just get your profits and sit on out now. It's okay. Then you analyze it again. See what's going on with this candle, because it was already weak volume with those particular deals. So we have a push pressure price up in volume, but no price. Price is retreating. So that's expected when it was already questionable about.
Let's see what happens in D period.
About the whole deal. So
10 minutes.
This one here, this is. So if I'm on my 3 minute now. Okay, so that's showing more to the upside right now. It's something obviously you have to wait unless you're buying and you got the close stop, you know. Okay, your lowest stop is at 28.27, but you know, you could even put it, if you're getting in at the 25 area, you could put it at the 24 something, 24, you know, whatever, 91 here, and be right up on top of it. And say, okay, anything to the upside is mine in that regard. You know, if it makes it back up to this top here, it's gonna be tough. Even the first target will be the 29.65. So with this here, this particular buy, if he was in that, like, again, what was that, 25 or close to 26, but 25, and then going up to the 29 or this 30. Yeah, so you're looking at 3-4 points on the SPY.
Where's April?
So it can kind of give you an idea of how to scalpel and how to read the market as it goes here. So the odds are still in your favor if you put it at that 25, 26, and had your stop at the 24, and if you wanted to scalpel on up on it, and trust that it's gonna have to reach that point before it gets down, and you don't make anything if it goes, but you lose minimum, but you can also play it continuing to the downside, because if you feel like the overall market is going to the downside, then you can do that. You can just go ahead and play it to the downside as it breaks through to your stop area. Go the other direction. If you have a good sense of what's going on with this here, so it's a projection. It should have. I think it's like what was it, 2830, the whole ordeal. 2830 was a test area. Had weak volume on the 3 minute. The 15 minute is not really showing. It's looking in one rim that is trying to get down, so it's baiting sellers into the deal on the 15 minute. The volume has gotten much lower. Participation has gotten lower when it comes to the actual 15 minute, where we're 6 minutes left into this particular whole deal here. So we're not anxious to get to the downside and saying, oh, it's a sale, everything was a sale today, why you didn't get in and make your money. You have to understand how the market moves, and it's always a practice, I'm still learning what they say. When you see you in the street, what up, CL? Still learning. So we do have a buy coming in place. So that did hold from that 25-26 projection, and is looking to approach the 29-30 projection that we spoke of, and more possibly. But that would be a target mark that you can get the 3, 4, whatever, 5 points. So it's a concentration, it's a practice. I'm actually practicing now by talking it out, put myself in different perspectives when it comes to this here. So it's looking strong over that particular, but it's going to, as we see, pull back and respect that area, because that target mark is something of respect. So if it continues, obviously the next one above where it looks like it's wanting to get to, so this will be more eager to stay in this price and go for the overall 34. And if it can, now the overall is 38. Overall is 38. I'm sorry, but 34 can be the next support resistance area too as well. So
waiting
now,
for that next 5 minutes, see what we get.
So we stay in it, and I'm sorry, no. And if you go back to your real trading chart, then if you go up here to 38 is where we have our already support resistance area.